up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna get...
What is up, beautiful people of the internet? You're watching Amethyst Budgets, a channel where I, Amethyst, share with you guys my finances and the pros and cons of bad, good, ugly of being low income and self-employed. This video is going to be specifically targeting my debt confession, talking to you guys about where my debts are coming from, why I have them, etc, etc. And I don't really know like the proper procedure to do a debt confession, so I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I'm just gonna do what feels right to do. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to adjust my budget so that I go heavy-handed into my debt. I really don't want debt the way that I have right now. And a lot of you probably know the feeling of being low income or just not having enough to properly pay off your debt in time, and it's quite frustrating that I have so much debt and I just feel like I'm in a never-ending cycle because I can't earn enough to pay it, and then the interest hits and yada yada. So we have 5 sources of debt and we're going to go over those today. Before we get started, I did want to let you guys know, if you like my nails here, you can actually get them yourself. These are actually glue-ons by the brand Ballerina and Stilettos. She has a small business over on Etsy. She also sells cuticle oil and like lip gloss and lip oil and all that jazz. So definitely go check her out in the links down below. So we're gonna start off with my Amazon credit card. Also, I might talk a tiny bit fast because my SD card has been giving me grief the past couple of days. I don't know what is going on, but like it will say like error, memory card not, like the video wasn't stored properly or something, and then it's like I lose the video. I don't know. Something weird is going on, so I have to figure that out. But the first debt we have is Amazon credit card for $4,071. So we're gonna swipe on over to the Amazon tracker, which is this one right here. So my due date is on the 6th. My interest rate is 21%. That's my limit, and that is how much I had when I first wrote all of this out, and that is what's due every single month as of right now. So for this one right here, I actually have only had this card for a year. So it's kind of embarrassing that I let it get to so high, especially because I'm pretty sure this one never had 0% interest rate. If I'm not, I could be mistaken on that, but I'm fairly certain this one always had interest, and I never wanted it to be the card that I ended up using a lot. So this is for Amazon.com and it's done through Chase, so that is like how I pay off the card and everything. And yeah, it just, one thing led to another. I used this one when I was moving and I didn't really have the funds for my move, and I'm not very good with credit cards. In fact, after this I'm hoping to just have one for bills and stuff and not use it anymore like that way. So, or like as spending basically. Or maybe I'll do the whole like pay myself back at the end of the month, but I might have to just make sure that I'm going to be okay with my credit card first. So this is the Amazon one, and it is my highest debt. Then we have my Chase credit card, which this one used to be 0%, and then last, I think in February or something, all of the interest started piling in. So for this one we have $2,130 owed on my Chase credit card. Let's go over to its tracker. So on this card, my amount due is $60. This was the balance that I had when I filmed this, or like when I wrote this all out. It's not the balance anymore. I did make a payment, but my limit is only this much, which means that I did max it out and then interest made me go over. So I need to really work on getting that one down. My interest rate is 22% and the due date is also on the 6th. This one is the same thing as the Amazon. Like I don't really know what happened with these. I do know that on this credit card, this is where I bought my Cricut, so I have the money to pay it off pretty heavily. And I'm considering even undoing some of my savings challenges so that I can like bring this number down on these. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out how I want to pay these off faster because it is a really big deal to me right now. Then I have my Care credit card, which I recently opened like the past 3 weeks. I've already used this for a root canal and for a vet visit for my pets, so that's what this money here is. Oh, and like a couple other dental work, because like when you get a root canal, it's not just the root canal, like there's other stuff they gotta do. And I had to do a cleaning. So, $1,310 So there's not really much to talk about this one. It's interest free if I can make the payments. My limit is $1,500. That's how much I have owed, and the payment is going to be almost $40 a month, and the due date is on the 3rd. This is one that I think I want to do $45 a month, but still got to figure it out. The next one that we have is my Samsung payment. This is the payment that I'm making for my phone and my watch currently, and that is $533. It's gone over to it. So there is no interest, there is no limit. Well, there is a limit, but it's like a Samsung account, so it doesn't really matter what the limit is because I'm not utilizing this account for anything other than my phone. The due date is on the 20th and the payment is $30. And then this is the amount that I owe. Yeah, that one I'm not too worried about because it's a low payment and because there's no interest rate because of the type of loan or financing it is. And then the very last one, which is one that I opened up last week, a week and a half ago, and I'm gonna have to utilize it again today because I need new brake pads to the point where like I really shouldn't be driving without them. And so Tire Kingdom's credit card now has about $600. Okay, can you go away please? I'm not 100% certain on the Tire Kingdom one, but they gave me a quote today on what the brake pads are going to be, and so that is what I am thinking it's going to be. Let's hop on over to that one. Okay, so how the Tire Kingdom card works is it's 0% for 6 months, and then after that it's going to turn into 21%. My limit I think is $1,500 if I'm not mistaken, and then my initial balance. So far I have $350 on there. I had to get tires like really bad. They were completely bald, and I ended up going with the nicer ones because they have a warranty that I know I'm going to end up utilizing. So, and like because I drive for work, it's just I'm trying to take my safety into account more often, and it is definitely more expensive, but I've been getting paranoid about like getting into an accident or something happening with my car. Probably because I've been watching those like terrible accidents on YouTube things, and I need to stop. Because I go into it being like, oh, if I watch this then I'm gonna like know how to prevent them. And no guys, I don't know how to prevent them. I just am not scared of driving, which is not good when you drive for work. So anywho, I'm going in today to get those brake pads done, so unfortunately I'm not completely certain what's on this one, so I know it's probably like not the best debt tracker. If I can, I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys, but that is the debts that I have. Down underneath this thing is my credit score, and I think I'm going to keep that one private for right now. I think what I'll do is give you guys updates on like the points that I go up from my credit score. I don't know why, but my dad's always said to just don't tell people your credit score, but he also said don't talk about finances. So I don't know, you know, it's like a where does the line live, you know? Okay, so we're gonna get into the part of the video where I talk about my game plan. We're gonna talk about what I've been thinking about, what I've been worried about, all that jazz. So what I've been thinking about is the fact that I have money pulled aside in the stock market. I was in a really bad car accident when I was really young, and instead of spending all of my money, I put it in the stock market. It hasn't grown at all because of the current financial situation in the country. If anything, I think I would lose money if I pulled out right now. And I invest with a CPA, by the way, so like I'm very confident in his work. He works with like the richest people in West Palm Beach, so we're good on that front in terms of like whether or not I'm investing properly. I know I am, but it's not, you know, the stock market is like in a really bad place right now. It's the time that you need to be investing, not pulling out. So I could, in theory, pull out and pay a lot of this off, especially like the care credit would probably be smart, and like maybe Tire Kingdom. So a big reason why I'm not doing that, and maybe this is super stupid and you guys can just let me know, but I kind of been prideful about it. Like I really want to show you guys, those of you who don't have that ability, to show you guys that it's possible, especially because I am somewhat low income because of how I chose to live. Like, you know, like I could easily go out and get a $15 an hour job and work that and actually make more money than doing this, like doing my whole self-employed thing and working on my business. But I chose to work on my business for a little bit and stay in this lower bracket for longer. I would be in the same tax bracket, but I would be, you know, just a little bit better financially. And I'm choosing not to. But I still want to like tell you guys, like, this is like, it's okay to be low income. Like, you are going to get through it. We're going to work on this together. So long as we're like working towards a higher number, then it's okay to be low income and you can manage, and you don't have to struggle as badly as, you know, we've been taught our whole lives when you're low income. And I almost feel like I'd almost feel guilty if I pulled out of the stock market to pay these off, because it kind of goes against what I'm trying to show you guys over on this channel. And some of you guys are probably like, okay, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, and like, just do what's best for your financial situation. And you're probably right, but at the same time, like I said, I feel a little bit like, I want to see if I can do this. Like, I really want to prove to myself that what I'm doing is the right thing financially. And I feel like a big way to prove that I'm on the right track is to get enough to pay these off. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do just quite yet. If you guys want to leave your feedback down below, I'm more than happy to listen. I will say, don't be shocked if I don't listen in the sense of like do what you told me to do, because I am a very stubborn person. I'm very bullheaded, and like once I make up my mind on something, it's very hard to convince me not to. But maybe if a bunch of people were screaming at me to do something, then that would help. But yeah, currently I'm not planning on pulling out of the stock market. I might pull out of the stock market to stuff up some of my 1 month ahead funds, and then use the leg up to pay some of this off. That's what I'm thinking about right now. But I have a lot of saving challenges that I'm thinking of just clearing out and paying some of this down, and also just like getting my mind right and like really focusing on my debt rather than my needs in the moment. Like, stop spending money out and like, you know, focus and hone in and do what all the other people have to do when they're in this position. So yeah, I know it sounds a little bit stupid, and I know I recognize that I'm extremely privileged and lucky to have the means to pay it all off immediately from what I have invested. Granted, it's not like free money. Like, I was in a really bad accident that's permanently damaged my spine, but like, in a way, I'm still very much privileged and fortunate to be in this position, and I know a lot of people aren't. And once again, that's partially why I want to do it without pulling out of the stock market, is to show those people that you can do it. It's gonna be okay, and we got this together. And yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of what's going on in my head right now. That's a lot of rambling, but it's the truth. It's what's going on, and I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. So although I'm not quite sure how I'm going to beat this down just yet, what I do know is I'm probably going to work on paying down my care credit and my Tire Kingdom down all the way first, so I don't get hit with that interest. And then Samsung is going to be one that I honestly I don't mind paying it all the way until next year, just because there is no interest there. And then I really want to get this one paid down, and then this one. So there we have it. That is my debt confessions. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and let me know. Leave me a comment down below. What would be your strategy if this was your debt confession? I think hearing your guys' ideas and input would be a really cool idea. Because, you know, we're all here to learn a little bit something, right? If you are here till the end and you would like to leave an emoji down below, leave me a microphone emoji. I'm pretty sure that those exist. Yeah, and let's see, what else is there? I did want to say that you guys are beautiful, you're valuable. If you're still here, then you are doing amazing, because this world is really hard to navigate and to get around and deal with, and it is so cool that you are still, you know, with us, kicking and scratching. And I really appreciate and love all of you who are here watching. If you're hearing this message, once again, I say this before, but I'm talking to you. Like, if you can hear me right now, I'm trying to talk to you as an individual. I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys so very much. And also, I wanted to remind you guys that even though we're stressed, we are always blessed, right? We got the blessing of a day of life. And I feel like I'm getting a little preachy at this point, so I'm going to wrap it all up. I hope that you have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye!